Hello.
Hey.
Little bit of background noise. That's all right. Welcome to the Dojo Live recap show this February 12th, 2024. My name is Kim Lantis, and joining me is my co-host, America Guerrero.
America Guerrero, along with my family in the background. Sorry for that.
It's all right. Such is life as a working from home. So great. What do we do here on the recap show? We talk about the shows we've had on Dojo Live last week to give you our ideas and our best takeaways from that, as well as a way to encourage you to watch those shows if you haven't done so already. You can check them out at dojo.live. And we're also going to introduce what we've got coming up this week as well. So last week we had two shows on Dojo Live. Kicking us off on Tuesday was Viren Baraiya, co-founder and co-CTO at Orkes. He was talking about how generative AI impacts the way software is built. And we actually had a generative AI lead as well as a machine learning expert from Ancora join that show as well. And on Thursday, we had our part 3 of 5 of the Provision Partners collaboration here on Dojo Live. That was with, again, David Chestler, president of Provision Partners, as well as Martin Chevalley, who is the president of, he's not the president, he's the co-founder of and CEO of InnSpire. So let's first take it off with Viren's show about Gen AI, how developers are using that in their business workflows and elsewhere. What were some of your takeaways, America?
That now it is possible to build applications with reliability, scalability, and faster time to market. That was like the main idea, right? I like when you talk about the potential impact on developer productivity and how it goes beyond code generation to areas like log analysis and root cause analysis. It was kind of techy, but it was really good. It was really great show.
It absolutely was techie. I mean, I think what the focus of or mission of Orkes, right, Viren's company, is of course the reliability, scalability, and faster time to market. But he was talking about how we're utilizing Gen AI to do that, and really just exploring everything that's kind of new, as exemplified by Chat GPT and what's happened since. So I think here was the idea of how we can use generative AI to go beyond helping with the generation of code, right? And also realizing that it's not a standalone tool. You still have to have that knowledge and the ability to read that code and modify that code, correct that code in order to use generative AI to write code, right? So we always have to have that quality assurance component. But I think it was also just touching on a couple of the current progressions and maybe even problems that are being faced, right?
Exactly.
I think that was interesting. He laid out a couple of things that we always have to keep in mind when utilizing generative AI, right? And writing code and business workflows. I think the first one was just taking into consideration the infrastructure and the cost, right? If it's going to be where all this is going to be housed. Big one, and I think this is a big concern for Rodrigo, who helped co-host the show, was the compliance piece, right? The compliance and the safety kind of risks of utilizing tools like this. And then finally, it was just being able to make it easy, right? Easy for developers to use Gen AI models. So we talked about that, some of this, what's happening, what's still to kind of be solved. But it was a really, really interesting conversation. And I thought one of the exciting pieces also was the idea of how Gen AI is helping to democratize a lot of this. And we had Anna speak up a bit about her experience also as a woman in the industry and how
that's what I wanted to touch. That how AI can contribute to creating a more equitable, is that the word? Equitable ecosystem for women and underrepresented communities in the technology sector. So don't miss the conversation. It has like everything.
It was a really great one, a really, really great one. And then, of course, we followed that up, part 3 of 5, like I said, with the Do More in 24, right? How the hospitality industry in particular is and should be implementing artificial intelligence there. What were some of your takeaways with David and Martin?
With this episode, yes, we talk about implementation of AI in the hospitality industry. With this focus on challenges and opportunities in integrating AI technologies. So with Martin, I do remember that he shared his experience using AI, and he talked about the importance of collaboration, pragmatism, and leveraging existing technologies from industries like giants monsters out there like Google and Amazon. So that was interesting to know that background. And we also talk about the build versus buy decision and provide a practical examples. And he shared something about InnSpire's AI tools, something about reviewing magic, which analyzes guest reviews to provide actionable insights. So it was
Yeah.
interesting.
I mean, Review Magic is just one of the many solutions that they offer at InnSpire that's utilizing AI, and it's a really cool take. My understanding is that they're able to compile the reviews that are coming in from different places for hotels, like off of TripAdvisor and the like, compile that, and then also go beyond the compilation of that data and do the now what, right? Potential solutions in order to increase those scores, simple things that, housekeeping and whoever else might be able to keep in mind. And I think it also goes beyond that and even assigns tasks to different areas. Really interesting tool. That was one of the, for them, and HTNG Tech Ovation winner. So that was pretty cool. And I think you hit on a really cool part for me too. Not only the build versus buy and what that, some of the things to take into consideration when making that decision, but definitely the collaboration. And when it comes to the industry as a whole, that's absolutely necessary. And yeah, just, I think just the AI, especially and I think David is the one who hit on this, was with the current staff shortages that hotels and hospitality industry are experiencing. So the importance of implementing there, automating some of those tedious tasks, and a really, really great conversation of how everything that we've kind of talked about with Provision Partners has led up to implementing and seeing some of that in the real world. So a really, really great
There
conversation
was
there. Go ahead.
Yes, there was also this important point of interoperability. So the need to move away from siloed technologies and the
Mm-hmm.
potential for AI to drive in data management and guest experiences, right? What are the challenges out there? Data privacy, their mindset, the balance between innovation and profitability in business. It was interesting.
Yeah, I think the interoperability has a lot to do with the collaboration piece, right? When people who are building these technologies take into consideration how it's going to work with all the other technologies that the hospitality industry is utilizing. And I think we use this example of an interstate network, right? And like how each kind of little highway needs to be able to function within the whole, and different exits and different things. It doesn't have to necessarily be a competition when we're wanting to just kind of move and everybody have that positive impact on the guest experience. So yeah, a great piece and a really great close to this idea of iteration and testing, which is going to lead us to the fourth conversation we'll have with Provision Partners next week, right? Also on Thursday at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific. But before we talk about next week, let's talk about this week. This week, we've actually got one show coming up that's going to be on Wednesday.
Yes, with Andres Sabunsky. We will find out on Wednesday at 10
I think
a.m.
it's
Pacific.
Safunsik. I'm not sure.
Safunsik. Actually, the title is Managing the Apocalypse with Andres Safunsik. How can organizations improve their app usage, entitlements, and spending?
That's
Don't
right.
miss the
We'll see
conversation.
how his company Lumos makes it happen. Yep. Wednesday at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific. Till then, stay safe, everyone, and bye for now.